In today's video, I am going to be comparing Pascal Siakam to Scottie Barnes. Which player is better, and of course, which player has a larger upside going into the future. Let's get down and let's check out these players, because they're both amazing. So we have to remember that Scottie Barnes is a lot younger of a basketball player. However, he has amazing footwork, as we can see here. Something that you will see with this move is that Scottie Barnes lowers his shoulder, keeps his shoulder still above his own ground that he owns to try and cut off Kuminga here, but Kuminga is able to stop his drive. Scottie Barnes then does a quick pivot back, trying to move Kuminga back towards the center of the key, which then Scottie Barnes turns around and he's able to then, of course, take that shot. This is a very good move to do. So your last step is your last dribble here. You then pivot back around. You really want to move your shoulder. You don't want to just move your foot. You want to move your shoulder and bring it around as well, hoping to at least drop the foot of that defender. Now, Kuminga is a very good defender anyways, but Scottie Barnes with his longer arms is able to get this shot off. Now, Scottie Barnes is very good on the drive as well, but here he goes into a spin move where he dribbles from his right to left hand, spins around that defender. Now, look at how wide his feet are. When you are taking a spin move when attacking the basket, you really want to get those feet super wide. Here he actually hops. He doesn't just take a step, but he hops, and that's what allows him to be able to get that distance away from his defender. We also have to remember that Scottie Barnes is very good on the rebound. He's able to pass that ball one-handed all the way down court and, of course, get that dunk for his teammate. Now, if we remember back to when Pascal Siakam was young, like we have Scottie Barnes here, this was Kyle Lowry, and Pascal Siakam would be the one down court getting that pass. Now, we're getting two bigs, essentially, who can both play guard, doing the exact same thing as what Kyle Lowry and, of course, Pascal Siakam used to do. Now, on the defensive end, Scottie Barnes is ridiculously good. He's able to stick with most players. He's not afraid to reach in. This could be an issue if he starts grabbing foul calls, but he's able to really defend this, block that shot, and we can see him yell at that player. He is engaged on the defensive side of the ball. We really need players who can really engage defensively. Now, in this next clip, we can see again a very highly skilled defensive player who knows where teammates are on the court, because now when he goes for that steal, we can see him basically dive for the ball, puts his body at risk. He is literally so close to an over and back call if he was to pass to this player where he is now. A lot of young players will make that mistake and pass it too early, but Scottie Barnes is smart. He has a lot of court smarts and waits for that player to get past half so that it's not an over and back call. This is why I think Scottie Barnes is going to have a massive future into the NBA. He can also have distance on players who are about to shoot that ball, and he's still able to block it with his long arms. He has a 7'3" wingspan. Now, if we go over to Pascal Siakam, he's a very good player, a very skilled player. He's won a championship, and here, he's really more these days looking for those three-point shots. Pascal Siakam's game is basically threefold, where he will look for the three-point shot, he'll look for the mid-range elbow shots, or he'll look for a drive with a spin. These are the three go-to things that Pascal Siakam does. And when he comes off of screens going towards the middle, if he receives that pass and he's open, he's going to be taking that shot. Now, just like Scottie Barnes, Pascal Siakam is a very highly skilled passer to the low post. We can see here a behind the back pass to Boucher, who's able to finish. Pascal Siakam's also very good at moving off ball. When he sees an opening, here he has a wide open lane, and Van Fleet's able to get that ball to him very, very easily. Now, this is one of his go-to moves, but when he drives towards the left or right, it doesn't really matter. He'll spin back, and he will then go up. This is more of a power spin than it is a quick spin, where he's going to use that off elbow to try and hook that player right there. We can see it right there, where he will hook that player so that he's unable to go up to contest Siakam's shot. Now you can do this as well, but some referees at the youth level will call that a foul. Now Pascal Siakam really does need to work on his post moves, especially when you see players who are smaller guarding him, or in this case, when the defender is smart and he'll essentially pull out that chair as we see here. He has his knee out. Pascal Siakam here wants to get his hip right here into that defender. And then when that player moves that hip, we can see that Pascal Siakam is now off balance. He doesn't know what to do, and he takes a couple of steps. Could have been technically classified as a travel, but still makes that shot. However, Pascal Siakam needs to become more in control of the low post, especially at his size, because he will be more in the low post into the future. But we have to remember that Pascal Siakam, his main game is playing off ball, which is why I personally don't think that he should be the number one option for the Raptors. He plays way better off ball or when he's setting up screens. So here he's setting up that dribble handoff, and when that player here basically becomes unbalanced, totally focusing in on this dribble handoff, Pascal Siakam is able to turn around, do a quick spin move, essentially breaks that player's ankles, and he's able to drive to the rim. Meanwhile, we can see here that Scottie Barnes is a much better low post player, but I personally feel if you give him 2 or 3 more years, he could be a very good number one option. As we can see here, he's in a corner isolation. He's able to post up his man. He's able to do a quick spin, one-step dribble, and he's able to at least get to the rim, where now he's got other players who are cutting towards the rim who can finish as well at the rim. He's also very patient in that isolation style game after he uses that screen and roll, and he's essentially on an island where he's basically totally alone. He's got a chaser coming, he's got no real hedge. He's able to be patient and just sets up a nice soft floater. He is very in control of his game. And to be a number one option in the NBA, you have to be good in the isolation game, but you have to be in control of your body, but you also have to be in control of the game. You have to understand what's going on. If that hedger is too far away where you can set up a nice floater as an example, or is that hedge player coming up too far? I'm quicker than him, I need to take it to the rim, or can I kind of dip back for a 3? There's so many different options, but you have to be in control of what's going on. You have to be able to see the court and see what the defender is doing. Pascal Siakam is very good, but he is not necessarily in control when he's in an isolation situation. This is why the Raptors were having issues last year. These are my own personal opinions. I am a Toronto Raptors fan. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. I hope that it's helped you become a better player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.